Hello, my dear students. Welcome to the Entry app. So, we are right now working on the per unit system of calculations. Let us have a glimpse of the slides that we saw in the previous video. We started deriving the relations which are applicable in the per unit system. And of course, the initiation happens at what? The base values. Where does it initiate? You have to choose the base values of power and voltage and then proceed. So in the previous video, I think you have carefully noted it down. You can just have a glimpse of it. Once having base power and base voltage, we find out the base current. We take the star connection as the reference connection, and then a numerical value example was taken to clarify the things, and then some random values to make you understand how the calculation proceeds. It is just that you have actual values, you have base values, and you have to divide. That's what it is, right? You need to only take care of the factors of root 3 here or there, right? And you have to take care of the per phase values of line and voltage. That is factor of root 3 only, right? So just a careful attention will do the job for you. And then this another numerical was taken. These are base values, these are actual values, so converted into per unit values. So from base values of power and current, power and voltage, you derive the base values of current and impedance, and then you do it like that. All right. One relation that I will now continue from. We saw that the base impedance was this, right? The base impedance was this. In the numerical, what we did, we calculated it first, and then we put it in the final equation as actual value divided by base value, whatever it comes out to be. This we did in the calculation, right? Please see this. So first we have calculated the base impedance, and then we have divided the actual value by the base impedance to get the per unit value. Similar thing was done in the next example also. We first calculated the base impedance and we divided this actual impedance by base impedance in order to get the per unit value. One thing you can directly do is, instead of first calculating the base value and then going, this was also an important point that I told you to note down, that please don't have any factor of root 3. Whether 2 kV line value or 2 by root 3 kV phase value, both will be called as per 0.2 per unit only on 20 kV base, on 10 kV base, sorry, right? So please take care of this. In per unit value, there won't be any factor of root 3. Please don't say, sir, line value is 0.2 per unit, so phase value is 0.2 by root 3 because it is star. See, whether star or delta, voltage is 0.2 per unit means 0.2 per unit, whether line or phase, because after all it's the percentage. If it is phase value, then it is the percent of the phase value. If it is the line value, then it is the percent of the line value. Anyway, the factor of root 3 won't be there because of line or phase. And I think this statement was written and decorated with stars. Any important that comes in front of you, you have to decorate it with stars, right? So this was it. Let us now move ahead. I was saying that ZB is KVB square upon MVAB. Say there is some Z actual given to you, right? So Z per unit will be Z actual upon Z base. Can you please put this ZB here and calculate? Pause the video at the appropriate time. You know the rule, pausing the video at the appropriate time. So please put the value here and establish a relation between ZPU, Z actual, MVA and KVB. So ZPU, Z actual into MVAB upon KVB squared. Put it in the box. And now you tell me what we should do. Sir, decorate it with stars, sir. Yes. 5 star here, 5 star there. A few here and a few there. And my dear, everywhere, put the stars. One of my students, when I take the live classes, would say, sir, we will decorate it with stars without air gap. No, when I am teaching electrical machines, air gap is the term that is coming quite often. So many students will say, sir, we shall decorate it with stars without air gap, sir. No air gap. No air should be able to enter. That's how important it is. Alright, so these things students quite say on the lighter note. So when a per unit value is to be converted into actual value or vice versa, you got to use this relation. A quick example. Convert 10 ohm resistance or impedance into per unit on how much should I take? 10 MVA. 10 MVA, 100 kV base. This is one, this is not reversed one, this is one only. So one. So how will you do this? Pausing the video at the appropriate time, Pause it, calculate. So how will you calculate? ZPU, actual, MVA, kV, as simple as that. Is this okay? So just substituting the values will do the job for you. It can be reversed way also. 0.01 per unit, what is the actual value on this base? So 0.01 into 100 square by 10 will be equal to 10. That will be your answer. Alright. So whether going from actual to per unit to actual, you can directly utilize this particular relation quite easily. Alright. Now let us take a few numerical problems. For this, you must have seen in your power systems course, those who have studied this maybe in the university exam, changing the base from older values to new values. Now I will directly take a numerical for you that will give you some practice, and then I will derive a relation from there only, which is a very easy one but quite frequently used as we move ahead in the fault analysis, drawing single line reactance diagram, where you have to choose a common base. So there is already a base given of the machine and there is a common base that you choose. Already what is given is the old value, what you choose is the new value. So from a per unit value has to be taken from this base, which we say call as the old base, to a new base. Say new base is 50 MVA, 50 kV, whatever, something like that. Alright, so I hope this is understood. You can give me a thumbs up. No one is watching, don't worry, at least you know that you are getting it. Alright, your thumbs up will reach me as you study from these lectures. Alright, so thumbs up to this. You can play it n number of times. Unless until you do not understand, please don't move ahead. Alright, so let me put an example in front of you. Here it is, the example. Pause the video at the appropriate time. See, I go out of frame. You can please stop the video here and solve. So there are two parts in the numerical. The first part is you have to convert a value into its per unit equivalent, an impedance into its per unit equivalent on some base, and then the base has to be changed. Is it okay? So how will you do the first part? Let me call it ZPU old. Sir, why old, sir? Because I will change the values to newer values. So second value I will call it as new value. So first value I am calling it as old value. You can also call it Z1, Z2 or something like that. So old value, per unit value is actual value into 20 by 50 square. It will come out to be 0.096 per unit or 9.6% or 9.6%. All right. Now change the base to 25 MVA 40 kV base. Now here comes the twist. Let us first convert this 0.096 per unit to its actual value. Sir, why are you doing this? I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why we are doing this. So I want to take per unit value to actual value. Please see the relation. Please see the relation. How will you take the per unit value to actual value? Z actual is equal to Z per unit into kVb square divided by MVAb. Yes or no? So I have to convert it into actual value. What will I do? Into kVb square. Sir, kVb square is how much? 50. Sir, why are you taking the old value? I'll tell you, don't worry. Upon 20. So you will come back at, I have just converted the value to actual value back. So the reverse of this I've done. Now I'll go to the next part. Now this has to be converted to per unit value. Now I'm going from actual to per unit. Since I'm going from actual to per unit, what I will do now into, what will I do? You tell me. 25 upon 40 squared. I think you must have done it having paused the video. So it will come out to be 0.1875 per unit or 18.75%. Mind you, my dear, I will be calling this as ZPU new. I will be calling it as ZPU new. This is ZPU old. This is ZPU old. Now I just want you to pause here and recollect the entire slide and then start playing it again. So old values will go with old values. Let me now give it the name MVA old. Let me call it KV old. This is KV old. All right. This is MVA new. This is KV new. This is KV new. All right. So what is written is 40 kV base, BASE. E is going a little out of frame, but I think it's manageable. BASE base. All right. So, sir, can we do something that we just directly go from here to here? Is it possible, sir? Can we skip one step? I think by now you must have predicted it. By now you must have predicted it. Can we go directly from here to here? Now again, I want you to pause the video here and have a relation of ZPU old, ZPU new getting related by MVA old, MVA new, KVA old, KV new. Can you please pause and see what the relation comes out to be? So, just recollect from the previous slide, the new value will be old value new old whole square. Just put it in a box and now you tell me what we shall do. Sir, decorate it with a million stars. Decorate it with a million stars are, so let us assume 5 as 5 million. So 20 million stars. This is how it is. Can you again pause the video here and recollect it from the previous slide? Is it relating? Just see this. I leave this frame for you. Is this happening? After all, you are having the old values and new values. So is it kV old in the numerator whole square? Is it kV old in the denominator whole square? I think the last term is because of this only. And do you have this 25 in the numerator as MVA new and this 20 in the denominator as MVA old? So after all, you can directly go from here to here. So what I am telling you is, if you just put the values 0.096 into what was MVA new, 25, old 20. So 25, 20 into what was kV old, the earlier value, 50, and the new one is 25. So 50 upon 25 squared. So this is what you have called as 0.1875. Sorry, is this 40 kV new value? Yes. So it must be 40 here, right? Must be 40. I think I have written the correct values, is important. So earlier it was 50 kV, kV old, new kV is 40. So 50 by 40 whole squared and then 25 by 20. I think it's correct. So 0.1875 or 18.75%. 18.75%. Right? 18.75%. Let the 5 come correctly. Is this okay? A very sensitive board this is, that's why it happens, the overlapping happens sometimes. So 18.75, and then only God knows where this dot came from. So let us make it disappear, right? So 18.75 is of course the answer. So I will again like you to pause here and recollect and just commit this to your memory. CTM, commit to memory. These equations will be giving you marks in the paper of power system. That's why we are just making it an important one and decorating with stars. All right, let me put next problem in front of you. This is the next problem. Pausing the video at the appropriate time. Is this the time to pause? Yes, this is the time to pause. The fourth option is none of these. You can just take it up to here. I hope everything is in frame. What is the question? An impedance of 3 ohm converted to per unit on 40 MVA 33,000 volts base is what percent? So A, B, C and the D options is none of these. So what is the solution? Sir, 33,000 volts means 33 kV. Yes, you got it right. 33,000 volts is 33 kV. So ZPU is what? Actual value into MVA is what? 40 upon 33 squared. I think 0.11 per unit or 11%. It will be. So here goes your answer. Here goes your answer. 11% is the answer. Is this okay? Pause here and make a note of it. Moving ahead to the next question. Pause the video at the appropriate time. Pause it here. Solve it. So what's the question? Let us see. An impedance calculated on 50 MVA. This is 50 MVA. 50 MVA. 20 kV base is 62.5. The actual impedance is watt ohms. So this is an NAT. This is an NAT. Sir, NATs are numerical answer type question. It's a numerical answer type question where you have to answer in with the help of a virtual keyboard. All right. So 50 MVA this is. All right. 50 MVA, 20 kV base, per unit value is given and you have to calculate the actual value. Pause the video here, start calculating. So solving it. Sir, it's very easy. Yes, beta, we'll make it easy if it is not. 62.5%. So Z, I should write it like this, otherwise you'll get confused. Z is given as 62.5%, meaning this is Z percent, right? And Z per unit therefore is what? 0.625 per unit. Now, most of the time students are confused. We are going from per unit to actual now. So Z actual is Z per unit into upon this. I think by now you must have done it. 0.625 into what is kVb? 20 squared by 50. Sir, it is coming out to be exact 5 ohms, sir. Exact 5 ohm. This is, if I am not wrong, right? So in such question you might not have any tolerance, you have to enter 5 here only, or you might have, being on the safer side, the paper setter may give you a tolerance of say 4.9 to 5.1, because after all the answer is coming as a whole number, whether you do it with calculator or without calculator. But still, being on the safer side, the paper setter will give you a tolerance. So this much of tolerance is sufficient for these questions. If the answers is coming like 4.13, 7.19, then the tolerance may be more, because the students have a habit of, some will take 2 integer after decimal, some will take 3 places after the decimal. So plus minus 2% variation may come in the final answer. So the person who is setting the paper is well experienced, he knows all the things. So if you have done it right, you will get it right. As easy as that. Don't be concerned about, sir, how much decimal values we should take, 2 or 3. 2 is okay. If you have done it right, 2 will give you the answer. Alright, you will be in the tolerance only, don't worry. In the earlier lecture also I have said, the actual answer is 5 and you are entering 85 through the keyboard. Even the Rajnikant cannot bring you within tolerance. Actual answer is 5, you are entering 85, only God knows where you got 85 from. Alright, so in that case, definitely whether you go up to 10 decimal places, you will not come in the tolerance. And if you are doing it right, taking it up to 2 decimals, even 1 decimal will bring you in the tolerance. But being on the safer side, let's take it 2 decimals. Alright, so go up to 2 decimals and do it correctly, your answer will be taken as right. Don't be concerned about the tolerance, you will be in the tolerance provided you have done it right. Alright, should I put another question? This one is noted down, huh? If not, you can pause the video and note it down. One more question for your practice. I think it's well within the frame. Only this per unit is something that I must write here. So XPU old is 0.5 per unit on this base. So XPU new will be what? So what will come in place of question mark on 50 MVA 11 kV base? Pausing the video at the appropriate time. Pausing the video at the appropriate time. First intro lectures. Pause. Start solving. I leave you this with this frame. So solving it is very easy. We must write star MVA old, KV old, MVA new, KV new. Do you know the equation? ZPU new. I will directly put the values, beta. Please see the equations. You can just go behind in this video. You know that equation. We have decorated with stars. I'll just put the values. So 0.5, 50. If I do any calculation mistake, you please correct it. I will try not to do, but some calculation mistake may happen. I am a normal human being. I make mistake. You make mistake. We all make mistakes. Right? So once it gets recorded and later you come to know that something wrong is there, you can kindly bring it to my notice via some channel. Although I will ensure that I don't make any calculation mistake. So I will now write the old value. Old value is this and new value is this. So old value in kV in the numerator and new value in numerator for MVA. So I think it will come out to be 2.25 per unit. So that is your answer, 2.25 per unit. Alright, so you can pause the video here and make a note of it. I would request you to go through this lecture once again. In the next video that is coming, I shall be taking up more problems, and there I shall be focusing more on the power calculation, because when it comes to power, you have active power, reactive power, apparent powers coming into picture. Alright, so in the next video I shall be taking up power calculations, and a few like this, a few gate questions will also be coming for you to practice. Alright, so I hope you are finding this lecture series very helpful. The only request that I have is, please don't watch it like a YouTube video, forwarding, fast forwarding. Please don't do this. Please go step by step. In fact, you don't have to leapfrog, you don't have to jump in the video. In fact, you have to watch exact same things 2 times, 3 times in order to consolidate. Alright, and please always have a calculator ready with you. Pause at the appropriate time is the golden rule that we are having. Pause at the appropriate time, solve and replay again. If you make any mistake, you will come to know where exactly have you gone wrong, and in this way, where exactly have you gone wrong, once it is pointed out, it becomes very easy for us to work there only and get it fixed. As you recognize your mistakes and correct them, again recognize, again correct, again recognize, again correct, that is how the real growth happens, and one day you become an example for others. One day your rank in the GATE exam will tell the story to the entire world that this person must have developed this habit of recognizing the mistake and correcting it, recognizing the mistake and correcting it, and moving ahead. That's how it is. So it's important that we pause the video at the appropriate time, solve it, replay it. If it is correct, fine. If it is wrong, spot where exactly the things have gone wrong and correct it, fix it there only. Alright. So I hope this was a nice lecture for you. We'll meet in the next lecture, stressing more on power calculations in per unit and a few more practice numericals like this from GATE exam and from other exams. Thank you so much.